All right, let's say hello now to the reigning defending UFC women's flyweight champion who had a phenomenal performance. Dare I say, perhaps one of her very best this past Saturday in Jacksonville, Florida. She defeated Jessica Andrade in the second round via TKO. She's the one and only Valentina Shevchenko, kind enough to join us. Valentina, how are you? And congratulations on the big win.
Thank you so much, Ariel. Everything good, everything perfect. We already came back to Las Vegas, and we started not started, we continue the training camp for now for my sister, for Antonina. So she's fighting in 3 weeks in UFC 262 in Houston. So it's now our second step.
Now, I have to say, I'm always very excited, always very eager to speak to you, but I am a little bit disappointed, Valentina.
What happened?
Because the last time we spoke, you told me the next time we'd speak, you would have your ukulele and you would play me a song. I brought mine. Correct me if I'm wrong, the ukulele is not there with you, right?
No, I have gloves, I have pads, I have shin guards with me right now.
I was looking forward to it, Valentina. I wanted to see your progress from the first time you played a song for us last year, but I guess we'll have to wait.
Yes, yes. I think now I'm so focused. I was so focused on my fight, and now I'm gonna be focused on the fight of Antonina to help in her preparation. So we have to wait a little bit more.
Okay, we'll take a rain check. Can I tell you what my favorite part of your fight on Saturday was? My favorite part wasn't necessarily what you did in the fight. The takedowns were amazing. The finish was amazing. It was vicious. My favorite part was the look on your face seconds after the fight was over, because Valentina, you had a look that we rarely see from you, a look that where you looked at everyone, you said, this was the person that you thought was going to give me my toughest test. This was the person that you thought would be me. Am I wrong? Or was that was the look, right? In so many ways, the look said it all.
Yes, it's kind of like mixing of uh, one feeling that you described, second feeling that I told you, third feeling that because my mindset was that moment, it was just like I have to not only like go and win the fight, I have to like show like full domination to destroy my opponent. And like it's kind of like even before the fight, I was so much focused. It's like I was in the crowd when I was going out, and when I was here, when I hear that like everyone starting to scream my name, Valentina, Valentina. It's like just like I don't know. It's my level of energy. It's just like way. It's starting to go higher, 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 and like this expression what I have after the fight, after the finish, it just was reflecting everything what I was feeling inside.
And you, your last fight was in the empty arena at the Apex, this time in front of 15,000 people. You could feel a difference, like inside what the fans did for you. Like, was there a noticeable difference in how you felt?
Oh, definitely. It's like the huge difference. It's a big difference. Even like when I fought like with no fans, with no crowd, with no one, it's like it's definitely doesn't was I didn't feel it as a training sparring. No way, no way, because it's a fight. It's a real fight, and it's like you kind of like you feel it. Even you are not hearing like voices of the people, but you feel with your skin that this is a real fight. It's not just a training. But when you, after all of this, when you hear and see the people, it's just different. It's so different. I don't know. It's even very hard to explain for me what I felt. It's just like it got me so much. It got me so much adrenaline inside, because I don't know, I was like already when I heard Bruce Buffer saying my name, and it's like, and now we gotta start the fight. And it was just like, okay, I was feeling that I'm ready to explode. I was ready to go and like to break everything that's in front of me and throw it away.
And that's pretty much what we saw in the fight. 7 takedowns in a round and a half. Your previous record in the UFC was 5 takedowns. And I believe you got that in the first round. Did that have anything to do with the fact that she said in the buildup to the fight that she thought that she would be able to take you down, that was your weakness? Was that, again, once, your way of being like, not only is this not going to happen, I'm going to beat my own personal record of takedowns against you?
I was thinking about it. Because right after the fight, when when it was the press conference and media guys, they started to ask me the same question, and I said no, because it was not my game plan from the beginning. It was not like something that I planned like in advance, something like that. But now I started to analyze it, and probably it's kind of like it has some effect, because everyone's saying like, okay, it's gonna be the biggest challenge, like her takedowns, and she's so strong, she's like this. Probably it's like it's got too deep inside, that it stayed inside something. But it never leading to the fight, I was not think, okay, I will forget about my striking and just wrestle her. I never thought that. Never. And I think that as I every time saying, I am universal. I am like complete martial artist. And every time when we are preparing for the fight, I am, and my coach Pavel, we are trying to work on everything, to have more arms, to have more like things to be ready to beat your opponent. And this is what we work for. And then when I'm already inside of the octagon, it's like it's happening so fast that I take decision without like thinking about it. I just take this decision already, and like, okay, it's not even just my body decide. It's not that. It's kind of like all this smooth. It's all just like accordingly what actions my opponent doing, and I decide what I gonna do. And when I went for the first takedown, and I just like, I wanted to feel her power. And how you can to feel her power without wrestle her, right? That's why when she stand up from the first takedown, I just follow her. And I was like still wanting to feel what she has, what she can bring, what is her power. And yeah, and then I feel that, okay, it's like I understand that people saying different things, but as I'm saying all the time, when you feel it's different, when you feel the power with your own body, like it's kind of like different. And then it's already was action. I didn't have any minutes, any seconds to think what I gonna do next, because already it was like, I think in my mind, it already was taken the decision. That's why I just flow. I knew that I have to finish it early. I felt that I can finish the fight early. That's why I just went with the flow, whatever like fight will bring it to me.
It's amazing to me that you say that takedowns weren't even a part of the game plan, and yet we saw 7 of them. So it seems to me like you got that first one and you were just like, all right, I'm just going to keep going back to this well, right? Because it was almost so easy for you, right?
Yes, and it's kind of like when she stand up, and I was like, no, I don't want her like on her feet. I want her put her down again, and I did again. And but the position what I had, it was not kind of like too deep. That's why she was able to get up. Right. And that's why like, oh no, I don't want her to get up. And this is what I thought all the 5 times. No, get back.
Were you disappointed that you didn't finish her in the first round?
No.
Okay.
Not
You don't
at
think
all.
that way?
It was kind of like when I went for a choke, I felt it was very deep. But then it was kind of a second. I look at her, and she was like breathing kind of like not that heavy. but it was deep. I definitely felt her. And then in my mind, it was like kind of like, I don't want to make my hands tired, to feel tired, right? Because we still have like fight to go. And I was like, probably, yeah. And as I knew, it's not when you don't have a chance and this is your last chance, you put everything there. You have only this chance to win the fight, and that's why you hold forever. But as I felt that this is not my only last chance, if I don't have it this time, maybe in 1 minute I will have another opportunity to finish the fight. That's why I just didn't put the all pressure in this choke. I just let it go. She didn't escape. I just let it go.
Wow, really? I obviously couldn't tell that, but obviously believe you as well. By the way, what do you prefer? Like at 125, we've seen you submit people. We've seen you, get amazing, head kick knockouts. We've seen crucifix. We've seen ground. Which finish do you enjoy the most?
It's the hardest questions forever what I had. What is your like favorite fight? What is your like toughest opponent? What is like just like, I don't know. I just feel it's very hard for me to answer this question. First, because I never consider fight as a fight. I consider fight as a whole thing. The training camp, the preparation, how I felt in the training camp, my food, my energy, my everything. Every time it's different, right? But never is smooth. Every time it's happening something, and I have to deal with it. But I just very happy that everything went as we planned, and I retained my belt and I continue be successful in my weight class. I'm just happy. I don't want to put like, for me, when I starting to say, okay, was my favorite, this is my like toughest, this is like that, this is like that. For me, it's like put a point, a dot. No, there is no way. There is no other things. While I'm still competing, while still will have like future fights and future opponents, I just don't want to put any point.
Be honest with me, Valentina. The talk after the last fight against Jennifer Maia, you beat her fair and square, but it was like, wow, Valentina lost a round. Like we were talking, you have looked so invincible that you just losing a close round is a big deal now. That's that's the point we've arrived. Does that annoy you that people are focusing on this one round as opposed to, the fact that you beat her via a decision? Did you hear that stuff? That must annoy you a little bit, right? It's just one round.
Not at all. Not at all. It's kind of like, I know what people saying. I know what they're saying, but sometimes they're kind of like blind and they're not seeing things. For example, if we're starting to see what happened in that round, they're saying about her power, ability to have like takedown. But if we starting to see who did the takedown first, I did the takedown, but in the last moment when I had to flip her, she was heavier, and so I slept, and it's like, that's why she was on top, right? This is the position. Then if we say again, so yeah, could she did something on top? No, she could not, right? I had like I striked her from the bottom. She never, like, just kind of small one. I had triangle attempt, submission attempt. So is it really so what people saying? Like this, it's kind of like that. One people tell, okay, she lost a round. And then everyone start to put more things in that, and in their mind it's the whole picture, like Jennifer Maia was so dominating in that round, she put like so power, and everyone even didn't they didn't see the round, but they believe in what image they put in their head already. That's why for me it's not frustrating, but I know, because I know the truth. What's the truth? And it's like from other side, it was like okay, if you really believe in this, it's your truth, but my truth is right one. And if you want to try it, this is what like happened with Jessica. If you want to try it, try it. Try it, try.
Right.
To think it's one thing, but to do it, actually, it's different.
So you've been champion now for about 2.5 years. And in this sport, sometimes we've seen people be champion for a while for multiple years and then almost feel relieved when they lose the belt because there's a lot of pressure and attention that comes with it. We've seen other people change. They get a little too famous or their head gets big and they start buying into their own hype. Obviously, you know, I know you just as Valentina Shevchenko, the fighter. I don't know you as a friend, but you are the exact same person that we first met in 2015 when you came to the UFC. It doesn't feel like any of this phases you. It doesn't feel like the crown is too heavy, like the pressure is too much. It doesn't feel like the fame changes you. How do you remain the exact same? And maybe internally you will tell me, no, actually I have changed. You know, I need to do this better. Or that. But from the outside looking in, you are literally the same person to us who fought Sarah Kaufman in 2015. Why are you unfazed by all of this success?
You know, I tell you this thing, for example, because my mind is open. It's open, and I mean, like, you know, when you know the truth, I mean, not just like simple, but how the whole world is working. How is everything, like the relationship, what is good, what is bad, what is the most important, what is the least important. And this is like the entire picture. It's like for you, it's so easy. It's very easy and understandable. People have problem when, you know, they don't know. They problem when they are still like, they don't understand the world. They don't understand how everything works. They don't understand what is the most important in our lives and what is the real and what is the fake. But once, you know, it's like this term, like open mind, right? When you, it's not just like when it's, oh, you're starting to understand something. It's like in general, in totally general, you really understand how things work. Everything for you, it's became so easy and natural. And I don't know, I just have this feeling. I just have it. I understand what is the important. I understand. For me, there is priceless things like friendship, to be to have honor, to um, if you are saying something, for example, if you are promised, not break your promise. If you are saying, okay, I will do that, you have to do that, even if you are not signing a contract and no deal. Your word have to mean more than like different things. And this is for me the number one. It's like relationship with the people. It's the number one. If someone can trust you, this is the most important. And this is what I want, like from my friends to feel about me. That's why I'm trying to treat every people how they, how I want they treat me. It's like, it sounds so simple, but it's so true.
Yes, and you continue
It's
to do
very
that.
true. And the most, I think the most important that the people who surround me, they're also like very good people, very simple people, very like good friends, very amazing people. And I try to keep my like friend zone like very close, but with the real ones who I love, who I appreciate, who I like want to spend time with them, who fill me with good energy, who I have to speak on different like topics, doesn't matter it's fight or nothing, with whom I have to I can to be myself without playing like a superhero or something like that, without put a mask on me. This is the things that I have to that I have every time in place number one.
Speaking of friends, I just spoke around a couple hours ago to a friend of yours, Rose Namajunas, who speaks so highly of you and said she was so happy to see you succeed. And I'm wondering what it was like for you you were the champion, you defended your title, but to see her regain the title after everything she's been through, right after your fight, and I saw you guys embrace backstage. What was that like for you?
Oh, leading to the fight, I know what Rose have, what power she has, everything what she has, and like people they were like asking me, what do you think, who's gonna win? And I know like mostly everyone they thought Bailey gonna win the fight, but I said, okay, yes, but it's not. Listen, because I know, and I told for everyone from the beginning that Rose gonna win the fight, like if she is the same Rose what I know. And yeah, because she's strong, she's very like good, she's very focused, and I'm very happy for her because she was champion before, and she lost to Jessica Andrade by like a throw, accidental throw. It's happened sometimes, definitely. But I'm very glad that now that she now understanding more, right? And she understands how priceless this belt is. Because when you lose it, it's not relieving. It's not relieving at all. It's put much more pressure. It's put you in the worst position you were like before. As a champion, you are on the top. Just keep it there all the time. And this like doesn't matter what pressure you have, you can find the way to relieve it. You can find the way to find your own style to deal with this pressure. But it's every time better to find the way out when you have the belt, when you don't have it. And I'm very happy that she now she's like back as a champion, and I really hope she's gonna be for a long time.
By the way, have you told her that what you just said about how it's actually better? It's better than not being champion. Like the relief and all that stuff is not true. Have you actually expressed that to her?
Sometimes it's you don't have to say things like this.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just like have to happen because a person have to understand it by himself, by herself, because you cannot put something into the head of someone if the person is not ready yet for this one. If she has like believe that this is bad, the pressure or everything is bad, it's very hard like to make her understand that it's good, it's really good. But in the moment when actually like it's happening, then it's everything in as it has to be, and the place what it has to be.
I know you are non-committal about your future. You're not the type to say, I want this person or that person. I also know that you are asked about Amanda every single interview. And I know that she's fighting Juliana Pena next. So I don't even want to be disrespectful to Juliana. But Dana White did say at the post-fight press conference that he doesn't even think about the trilogy fight, that he thinks that maybe, if my memory serves me correct, it wouldn't be smart for you. You're a little too small for 135. And to me, this is like the biggest fight that they could do for women's MMA. It's such a great fight. And I even said on my show on Monday with Daniel Cormier, I think you win the fight. I think there's a strong case to be made that you are the best female fighter on the planet. It's just maybe you're not fighting the names that she is fighting because your division is a little newer than 135 and she has fought some legends and whatnot. Did that surprise you when you heard that as well, that it doesn't even sound like they're even considering the trilogy at all?
No, I'm not surprised. And he's not I heard what he's saying about and he didn't say that he's not interested. He said like, yes, if they both want and come to me, I will make it happen. But the other point, like, I don't know. I would say let's leave things like that, because when it's gonna be something like, yes, this is the time, there is no other choices, there is no other way, it's gonna be even bigger. And I'm ready for this fight, and I will be ready for this fight. But I know that if we're gonna force it too much, like, okay, let's do it now, it's like sometimes it's not good. Sometimes you have to wait when the things gonna happen by themselves. And if like everyone will continue like create this interest and something like that, it's gonna happen even bigger, if even bigger than it could happen like just to do this fight right now.
Do you think there will be a void in your heart if in 20 years your career is over and you don't get this fight, this third fight? Do you think it will bother you when you're, 60, 70 years old? You will think, I wanted that fight, that third fight. I wanted to prove I was better than her.
It's hard to tell me because I don't know. I cannot travel to the future and see what I'm gonna feel at 70 or 60. It's hard to tell me how I will feel.
But, like there's things that I want in my life. And I say, I always say this to myself, I don't want to be 80 years old and regret not doing this. I don't want to say to myself, I should have gone in this direction, and instead I went in that direction. And so I'm wondering if you view this challenge in the same way, like this is something I want, and I don't want to, feel when I'm older that I could have gone after it and didn't.
I don't see her like not the fight. I don't look to Amanda that this is like so huge place in my life.
Okay.
No, not at all. She's not taken like nothing in my life. She's not having any place in my life for like consider to think about her that much. No, why I have to? No, the most important things that I worry about to not to do things what I supposed to do. I mean, like martial arts, it's my life, competing and like defending the belt and like just live the life what I live, exploring each single day, learning something new, like put more knowledge in myself, like experiences, see the world, traveling. This is what I'm afraid of not to do. If I would not do it, it's just like sit in one place and do like trying to like to get more money for living or something like this. This is why I'm what I'm afraid of. If I will do something like that, I will regret then. What
Okay.
I didn't travel, I didn't learn, for example, how to sail, I didn't shoot, I didn't play ukulele. This is what I will regret. This is the most like what scares me. But since like Amanda, she doesn't have any place, like big place in me, in myself. No, never.
Okay. Would you like to fight again soon? Would you like to take some time off? What are you feeling?
Right now, feeling good. Small kind like injuries that I have during the training camp, and I'm gonna be back very soon. I already like trained this morning, so yeah, sooner the better for me. It was all the time.
I feel like with you, they already have the next one. Like they know you want to be active. So even sometimes on the night itself, Saturday night, they'll even come to you with the next one. Do you have any sort of inkling who they're thinking about?
I didn't start to think about it yet. I didn't know even what is the ranking in our flyweight class.
Yeah.
Who is number who? So I didn't start to plan. I have whole week without thinking about the fight, and then I start when the all adrenaline gonna be kind of like lower. I still have this adrenaline from the fight and everything, and then I will start to think and be. But definitely, I would like to travel. I would like to explore something more from United States, and this is what I really want to spend some time on.
Seems like some of the names, maybe Lauren Murphy, Joanne Calderwood, Alexa Grasso. These are the ones you haven't beaten yet. We're starting to run out of names. So
any one of those would be
yes,
fine.
no problem. I know. I have no doubt. One last thing for you, Valentina. And again, thank you so much for the time. Do you have you thought about this? You, Rose, Amanda, even in the past, Rhonda, of course, Misha Tate. It feels like for whatever reason, women's MMA has become infinitely more popular than women's boxing. There are a few names, Clarissa Shields, but even she is moving over to MMA to try to become a bigger star. There's Katie Taylor. There have been some names of boxing, but women's MMA, I mean, we can have a card with 11 fights and it's all male fights and you're at the main event and no one thinks that it's a lesser card, but in boxing, it's still not quite as accepted and they don't get treated the same way. Why do you think that women's MMA is so much more popular and the women's MMA fighters are so much more popular than the female boxers?
First, because MMA is the sport number one now in the world, in the fighting sports, right? It was like before boxing was big, huge, like, but it's now it's MMA. Now it's the MMA sport number one, and of course, like the way of the fight style, what like female. How they fighting, how they looks, what if we are speaking about UFC, they're like discovering the personality of each champion, right? Of each fighter, and this is the best because this is like I think the best what can happen for the female sport in general. Yeah, and I think it's amazing. I think it's this is a time. This is a time when not only kind of like everything, the spirit, character, and the technique, and everything. It's so high in female MMA, right? It's not anymore like just a girl who fights and she has a good spirit, but she doesn't have any technique. Not anymore. This is a high level. This is a super high level of competition when the same like technique, even sometimes it's more interesting to watch than like some male fights, right? And this is where like the level is just so high. You cannot compare. It's like it's a big deal.
Valentina, it is a pleasure to watch you compete. It's a pleasure to watch you as a journalist covering your fights. You are a testament to this sport. You are the best that this sport has to offer. So congratulations once again on a great win. Always great to talk to you. But next time I'm expecting the ukulele. I just want to let you know, no pressure or anything, but a little somewhere over the rainbow.
Just be ready.
Just be ready. That's all I'm saying. Just be ready. And you are always ready.
I will be ready. I will be ready for the next time. Just yeah, yeah. I will prepare a song then.
Great. Thank you, Valentina, and congratulations and good luck to your sister Antonina in a few weeks in Houston.
Thank you, Ariel. Thank you.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.